Hello, I'm here with not my dear friend, Alyson Williams from Australia. We've known each other for a while, and then we had a beautiful podcast 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and then she attended, and she's now one of the recent alumni of the live 5-day podcast, Profitable Podcast Launch Challenge for the month of May 2025 for the class of US, Australia, Canada that just was held last week. So, Alyson, would love to get your overall feedback about the challenge.
Well, Payman, I just love the challenge. I don't know a lot about tech. I don't know a lot about YouTube, and I know nothing about podcasting. And during the challenge, I love the fact that every day it was very structured, and every day you not only went through the agenda for the day, but you also gave us things to think about, things to work on. The homework was really awesome. I must admit I didn't get to post my homework in the Facebook group, which is my bad. But actually, I actually did the homework, so that was a really great thing. And I love the fact that you're getting us to think about what you're talking about in the context of our business and how we could monetize it. The other thing I really loved is that we then became quite a cohesive little group for the 5 days we were together. Yes, some people came in and out, but for the most part, we were there all together for the majority of the challenge, and that created community. And as we've said before, as humans, we love connection, which is why podcast is so important because it creates connection. But we also love community, and you created that in the challenge. And I just want to say thank you for an amazing 5 days. And now I can't wait to get my YouTube channel and my podcast out there.
Well, pleasure of mine. Pleasure of mine. Thank you for the candid words, and thank you for showing up, for doing the work. Because, like I say, I can take it to the water, but I cannot drink it for you. So
Yeah.
it takes two to tango. So thank you for that. Um, Tell us a little bit about yourself in one or two sentences. What's your business, and what's your impact?
So I'm a mindset transformation coach, and I focus on self-love because I believe self-love is the key to all our success in life, business and personal. Because how you feel about yourself is how you show up. It's
Mhm.
how you treat other people. It's also how you allow others to treat you. So for me, self-love is the foundation of everything I do. I do one-on-one coaching. I have a Facebook group with a friend where we do weekly sessions. I'm a hypnotherapist. I do these wonderful co-creation sessions using 800 cards from 8 different decks. And I also have courses on the Great Discovery. All of that is about getting people to live the life they were born to live. As my sort of slogan up there says, release your old BS, your old belief systems, and rewire your new belief system. And there's so many people don't really know that deep down they have this, that they don't actually know why their life's not working, right? And it's often deep down there is a lack of self-worth, there's a lack of feeling deserved, and there's a lack of feeling uh, aligned with who they truly are. And a lot of that just comes from self-doubt and self-sabotage based on their programming. So I'm very much someone who wants to know the why before I get on to the how. So I very much go into why this is the case. And I feel like once you know the why, then it's easier to understand, how to change it. So that's what I do as well. Now, I used to be a teacher, so I think teaching is part of, you can take the girl out of teaching, but you can't take the teacher out of the girl. So I love to do that. And I love to share knowledge because knowledge by itself is useless. Unless you're sharing it, it
Mhm.
has no point.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. I like that. Like that. So, do you have your own podcast yet, or YouTube channel?
I have a YouTube channel, but because I didn't have anything on it, it was private.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long had you been looking at the podcasting prior to this?
I actually wasn't looking at podcasting because until you came along, in my network here in Canberra, in Australia, where I live, there's a lady here who does podcasting, and she used to only do, audio podcasting. And she talked about how her husband, who was he's an IT guy, so he was her technician. So he was the one who was doing the editing and the tech stuff. And I thought, I actually don't know how to do that. And I don't have an IT guy in my life. So podcasting was never something I looked at because I just thought, I'm not set up for it and I don't really have the budget that I want to spend on it. My budget is spent on other things in my business and podcasting wasn't a high priority. But after doing your challenge, I now have a whole new view of that. Well, now I can't wait to do podcasting.
Love that. Music to my ears. So, what would you say has been the biggest takeaway for you from the challenge?
Well, the biggest takeaway for me is that you can do it because I'm very much an audio visual person,
Mhm.
and I really love to see the other person. That's why I really love Zoom. So while phone calls and stuff are fine, I much prefer Zoom. And now through the challenge, in fact through you, I love that you can do a podcast on Zoom. Other than that, you gave us so many things to think about in how you get your podcast up and running, and how to make it easy, because it
Yes.
doesn't have to be hard, and you can do it by yourself for the most part.
Yes,
So for
absolutely.
me, it is doing it on Zoom and it's easy.
That's it. That's it. What do you think of the content that I shared with you guys?
Spot on. I'm very much a linear thinker. I mean, I can be a lateral thinker when I need to, but in terms of processing the world, I like to kind of go step by step. What's the next logical step, right? So I love that that's how you laid out your challenge. That it was very logical, it was a very common sense sequence. And I love that we actually got to implement as we went along. You also brought in Misha, so we got some expert knowledge as well. And that was, again, all sorts of stuff I didn't know about. So that was very, very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Actually, there was another amazing expert guest, but he could only come for the UK because in Netherlands it was 2 o'clock in the morning for him. Michiel,
Mm.
he's an incredible copywriting guy. He spent an entire hour just helping people craft their messaging, the offer on the spot. So I'll recommend if you haven't watched it to watch Michiel's talk because this is gold. He used his personal $1 million framework to create an offer, and he charges $10,000 for that. And he was generous enough and kind enough to help us to spend literally that call in the UK. It was 3 hours, 1 hour for my talk and 2 hours for him, and we're like blown away. So I recommend you
Oh,
watch that. Awesome. What do you think of the support and the structure I provided?
awesome. You're just a wonderful human being, Cayman. So, you walk your talk, and I love people who are authentic. They don't let any kind of BS, and I'm not talking about
Mhm.
their belief system. They don't let any garbage get in the way.
All of
They're
it.
very upfront. They speak from the heart.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's all about transparency and authenticity, and that's who you are. So I love that. And
Thank you.
because you're a heart-centered guy, you're very supportive as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. What do you think of the people that you met to the challenge?
Oh, it was such a wide range of people, and it was really great because I have connected with a few of them. Also, I invited my friend Renee, and as I think you fell
Yes.
in love with Renee because she has such an amazing story, right? So she got a whole lot out of it. So that made my heart sing as well. Because like you, I also like to give to the world and help
Yeah.
people help everyone who I can. But when it's someone you know and you care about, it's really great that you can bring them something along and to bring the both of you together, which is again a win. I love win-win-win. So it was a win-win-win, right? So you win, she wins, I win because we're all kind of doing
Yeah.
what would be best, serving the world.
Yeah. Renee is amazing. I love what she's doing. I actually have a call with her later today. So to help her further. So yeah, thank you for that connection. I appreciate that. Now, now that you have this breakthrough, these insights, and you have a full understanding of how tremendously powerful podcasting can be, podcasting on YouTube when done the right way, how do you think this is going to help you moving forward for you and your business?
Well, now I have no excuse not to get my YouTube channel sorted and get it started. In fact, I tried to do that last week, but I ran out of time. Excuse me a minute, I'm just going to cough.
No worries.
I ran out of time, so I want to go back and it does need another banner kind of thing. And I know we shouldn't get hung up over unimportant things like your banner, but it is branding as well, which is one of the things you spoke about. So I do want to make sure that I have the YouTube channel ready and really ready up and ready to go. Certainly no later than the end of next week, but
Oh,
hopefully by this week. When I say next week, I mean also to have some content.
love that. Love that. Cheering for you. Awesome. Now, the last question is if someone is currently on the fence about whether podcasting, they're unsure whether podcasting and having their own YouTube channel can help them with their business and getting clients, would you recommend them having a chat with me and sign up for an upcoming challenge?
No brainer, of course. I mean,
Awesome.
I say I love to find out what's out there. I'm the kind of person I want to go shopping and have a look at everything before I decide what to buy,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
So I think it's a no-brainer. Spend half an hour of your time or whatever. Yes, it's half an hour of your time you won't get back, but it might actually be the half an hour that opens up your window into so many bigger and better things. And in the long run, it might even save you time, or it might make you money, which can save you time. So you virtually have nothing to lose except maybe half an hour. I know you're a bit of a chatterbox like I am, so it might be an hour, but you've got nothing to lose by a small amount of time that could absolutely, launch your business further and make a big difference in your life.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I'm cheering for you. I can't wait to see your podcast, your profitable podcast, go and keyword being profitable so you can start making money. Thank you, my friend. Cheering for you and see you next time. Take care. Cheers.
My pleasure. Thank you,
All right.
Heyman.